All right, Drew Outstanding here, Physical Media Warriors. The last audio one worked. I'm going to put up both that last one and where I got into the more of what I want to do with this physical media warriors and collection adventures, expeditions. Kind of why I'm doing this. It's going to go along the way. These first videos are probably going to look pretty crappy, but I'm gonna learn along the way and kind of figure it out. So I showed each one on that last video, but so just to give a little bit more in depth of how I want to go about this, I watch these things on streaming. And back in the day, I used to get DVDs on, go to the movies and you get the theatrical release. Then you get the DVD or VHS, whatever it was. That usually released on like a Tuesday back in the day in early 2000s, late 90s is when I really got into all this collecting physical media before joining the Army. So, yeah, I just ended up liking them, founding for a decent price and started collecting them. I ended up getting a big lot of DVDs. And I would like to do that more, especially with ones that have a lot of meaning. All this digital stuff it's fine. You can get a lot of it. I was one of the first Netflix big users, I guess, in late 2000s. So first it was on, websites. And then when it came to Xbox Live, I'm like, hell yeah, Netflix. But like I think it was like $5 a month, something like that at the time. And it was connected to my Xbox Connect, which was voice activated. So I could literally lay on the couch and say, Xbox play Dexter season 1, Xbox stop. And so that was pretty cool. I liked that part of it. Netflix, that was the streaming part around 2010. Before that, it was the DVDs. I did both for a while. I was tracking that for a while. When they split up into both DVDs and streaming and started calling it different things, I think it was like Flickster or something like that at the time. It got a pretty big backlash, and the stock went down. That's the first time I started paying attention to stocks, and or at least individual companies and things. And I'm like, wow, it dropped a lot in their stock price, but I could tell this is like going to go somewhere. How do I, buy this stuff? I don't know anything about finance and investing and things like that. I ask a buddy and he's like, oh yeah, just do this, this, and this. But I'm like, oh, I want to buy some Netflix because I think it went down to like $60 a share it was like at 100 down to 60 around that time. And I'm like, it's probably going to go back up to there or a little bit more. And of course it goes up to like 300 and then does a few things. The stock market, it's interesting. You could spend a lifetime learning how it all works and never figure it out. But yeah, I never got into Netflix stock. I wish I would have, but then you got to wonder how to get out of it too at the same time. But it showed me that, yeah, both streaming is a big thing that was going to happen over the years. And then, but also it's like holding on to physical media, because if you can't touch it, you don't own it. And so these physical media or digital streaming, they still own everything. You lease it, and they can make changes along the way. Star Wars did this forever, and then when Disney Plus got in the game, I noticed they kept changing things and making edits even after the original release. And so I'm like, that's not cool. It's not the same thing. It's like, yeah, you can make upgrades along the way, but it's not that same experience. So my goal right now is to collect as much physical media as I can, especially when it comes to factory sealed. So this is like a time capsule in a way to me. You got your actors, the directors, the stars, the copyright date, all that kind of stuff. And it's just, what's in here. And so that's pretty cool. The unopened ones are great because I can watch it. I can watch the bonus features. I won't be able to see that too well. But yeah, these bonus features, the commentary, that was really popular in the early 2000s or 2000s. I remember Dude, Where's My Car? They did a commentary, audio commentary, the actors. And I guess they just kept getting, they were drinking and they're like reviewing the movie. And they kept getting more drunk as it was going on. And I heard that was just an amazing one. So I had to listen to that. Just a goofball movie turned into just hilarious kind of experience. And I don't think you'll get that nowadays with how the internet and people take things out of context and clip and everything like that. But that's the name of the game these days. So yeah, I went over each one, but yeah, my goal now is to go to garage sales, consignment places, uh, friends that are getting rid of DVDs, VHS, games, vinyls, whatever, and then decide if I want to kind of pick it up at a good price. So these ones, all the box sets were $5 each listed, and then the DVDs I had, I think I showed some of these before, but yeah, second season Game of Thrones, third season Game of Thrones, fourth, and then Lone Survivor. I'm always going to try to find military movies, both sealed and unsealed, because they're just amazing stories. And then Fast and Furious 8. So this was the last one, or this was the one after Paul Walker passed away. And I was hoping they would just stop it right there, but money, they just kept going. Studios, their thing. And so who knows when they're going to stop there. I think I got my license not too long after or before Fast and Furious, the first one, came out. And so that was just a cool experience. I think that was one of the first times that I went to the movie theater, on my own with friends, not parents, and for something I wanted to see, and it looked cool, the whole car aspect, and it was a wild time. So that was one of the first movies that I saw two times. I was actually willing to pay my own money for a movie ticket twice to see the same movie twice while I was in theatrical run. And then I ended up doing that later on too, because it's just a different experience. And so, yeah, cool time. So my goal with Fast and the Furious is to get every single one that's out there, especially the early ones, both sealed and unsealed, and have that as a collection. And then after watching these movies, either for the first time or again, I'm going to go on Criticalist. It's a ranking website similar to Rotten Tomatoes, and then you can have more of a community there. It's pretty cool. I know Blaine, founder of that. He's an amazing guy. I met him over the last couple of years. And then, yeah, I'm just going to do some streams ranking the movies and putting them on there. And so that's kind of the plan here. And I'm excited. This is a pretty cool channel that don't know where it's going to take me. And it's going to be a fun journey.